Share my screen. Let's just go through an actual example, right?
Okay, let me stop my sharing. Yes, Hong. Yes.
I'm looking at this document. Or where's the input here? Okay. Oops. Oh, this is. One sec. Okay. Oh, they have a few scenarios here. Okay, that makes more sense. Is this so weird? Okay. Right. That's up the first. Okay, so this is basically the input to the rate and payment calculator.
Okay.
And actually, it's called the RPC API. And this is so. Looked into the actual code here. I don't know how best to go through this. Okay, so as part of the call for the client loan insight, this is the GraphQL call, right? We basically go into one of the MongoDBs and we fetch a list of loan insights. So the MongoDB basically contains a bunch of records like this. For every individual term loan, which is defined by the loan ID. Okay, so loan ID is probably, right? So for every loan number, we can have like upwards of, I don't know, it's like 6, 7, 8 or whatever insights. Right? So for each of these insights, we basically want to, because what we're showing here is like, you had that UI screen, I don't have it, but we're basically showing the client we're showing the advisor what are some of the averages for different scenarios for this particular loan. So there are different, this doesn't, let me just look at this from the code level then. Which story is it?
3172.
3172.
The one you see here on the top.
Oops, sorry.
Here it is, yes.
Deadline. Okay, so if you have multiple scenarios, sorry, first of all, your scenarios hook up with the amount of loan insights. Because basically we're trying to say for each loan insight, we're also going to show you what the rate and payment calculator tells you. Because the loan insight is an insight. And then we show you also what the rate and payment calculator tells you for this particular scenario, right? You can picture each of these as one scenario. And then we have an insight for that scenario, which is like average amounts around the bank for that scenario. And now we're going to tack on additionally here, basically a RPC response, whatever. Right, which is the object we've constructed.
Okay.
Okay, so this is where you go and plug in. This is like them where you go and call the rate and payment calculator to get the actual response. So you have the mapping here, BRR, right? For instance, we're going to get this as an input, but this will be this is basically a constant across all the list of loan insights, right? This will be the same. This will be the same. This will be the same. These two fields, this one and this one are the only ones that will be different across each loan insight.
Okay.
Right? And this is why I selected it. This is like map based on the array of loan insights. This is map based on the array of loan insights.
Okay.
Everything else is just like the same value coming from the input.
Okay.
Except for this scenario ID. This you'll have to put in something.
Okay.
I'm sorry, like I know it's not, I'm just a bit lost at which part your confusion is at.
So my question is, so we are mapping, right? So we are mapping for suppose we have the loan amount, or like
So
we are
have
taking,
a loan amount.
so this client loan insight, so we are taking that inside product rate type. So my question is, so we can map it if we have multiple loan insights and we have multiple rate payment response, then we can map it. But if we have one loan insight and the rate payment is in multiple objects, so
No, so it will not be. It will not be. Rate payment will return the amount. So you see how on the input here, right? We're specifying each of these as a scenario.
okay.
If you only have one loan insight, you should only be passing in one scenario.
Okay, the loan insight is one and rate payment.
So the amount of items in this array should match the exact same amount of loan insights.
Okay.
Effectively.
I got it. The loan insight is one object, but rate payment calculator is multiple objects.
The loan insight is not one object. What do you mean? The loan insight, we're returning a list of loan insights.
So yes, that's what I want to confirm. So
there's a list of loan insights being returned.
Yes,
right?
it is returning list, but I want to check like, will this be exact match to the rate payment? Like if we have three objects in the rate payment, in the rate payment calculator response, will the loan insight be 3 or it's only 1?
It will be 3 because you're sending 3 scenarios.
Yes, that's what I want to confirm. If that number matches, then we can map it.
It matches, yes.
Okay, yeah, got it. So just I want to confirm that if that is the scenario or not.
Okay, if that's how you want to confirm. But you'll still need to, just to be clear, you'll still need to use that unique ID.
Okay.
In order to be able to map it.
Okay, I'll do that.
So here basically, let's see. So here we're getting a list of the loans, right? Let me see, loan for 0 PRR, loan insight. Optionality. Okay, yeah. So here we're doing the mapping per loan. And the format. Sorry, get 0, get end dates. Oh no, it's here. Okay, so yes, we're mapping the list of loan insights here. So what you're probably going to be doing is here, so you'll have like an RPC response here, and you'll be calling an RPC API service or something of the sort here. Get RPC response. And then you will be passing, because here is where you'll be constructing a so RPC request. It will be something like list of RPC request equal to map to RPC request. And then we'll be passing in the loan insights here. And then also like that's the client term loan input in all likelihood, right?
Okay.
Because you need both of these to do the mapping.
Okay.
And you should end up with a list of RPC requests that should match up to the same number of loan insights.
I got it.
Okay, then we're calling the API with the list of RPC requests. You should effectively end up with a response. Okay. And then here, effectively, when we do map loan insights, right, this is where we'll have to do something where we pass in the RPC response. Like, let's say, get, yeah, so this is where we'll pass in the RPC response. So it gets mapped along with the loan insights because we're going to be putting it under here, right?
Yes.
So obviously this is very sketchy at the moment. So the only problem you'll have is because you're getting the full list of RPC response, let me just take this too. Okay. So the only issue here is this will contain a list of objects, the list of RPC, okay. Right, because there'll be one response, yeah. So RPC response will have with it a list of objects corresponding to the list of loan insights you have.
Okay.
Does that make sense, first of all?
Okay.
Right, because you're sending it a list of requests. And so within the response, there must be like something like a get, I don't know, RPC result. And this will be a list.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Does that part make sense so far?
Yeah, got it, Hong. Yeah, it makes clear.
Okay. Right. So the only problem you have to worry about is how you link up the list of responses here to a particular loan insight.
Okay.
Because if you take a look, when we do the return, this is already now loan insights. What are we doing? Oh, here, yeah. So here we're basically doing an iteration to do the mapping, right? We're using the stream. And so for each of these loan insight records, you have to find a way to map to the RPC result, which particular one they correspond to.
Okay.
Right, and that's where you have to use the scenario ID that they are asking us to provide.
Okay.
Not in the example here, but here, scenario ID.
Yes.
Here. I can't click it for some reason, but yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes it clear.
Okay. Yeah, try to, if you have any problems, let me know.
Okay.
But that's the connection that's happening.
Okay.
We give them a list of requests, and that matches up with the amount of loan insights. They give us a response which contains a list of the results, and then we match up the results to the loan insights based on the scenario ID somehow.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Okay.
And one more thing, Hong, I just want to share my screen.
Yeah, 1 second.
So here, which we were talking in the morning in the domain API. So here, I'm trying to like exclude this field in the response if it is null. So do you think it works? So if it works, I can raise a pull request.
So have you tried it? Because you should be. So the problem is like whether data API accepts nulls when it does the saving.
Here what I did is I'm just removing this field if it is null. I'm checking if it is blank. Then if it's blank, or if it's blank, I'm just excluding this field. In the data API also, I'm just excluding JSON include not null, so that when this field is null or empty or blank, it is going to delete it from the response.
Sorry, the request or the response?
In the response. So if I send the data as null, it will just remove the field.
Okay, no, I understand that, but does close credit card data API, like, does it still save the record properly?
It will save the record by just excluding the date. So it will remove this field and it will send the remaining data to the MongoDB.
Okay, so it does work.
So that if that works, I can raise a pull request for that.
No, I'm wondering, like, I'm asking if does that work? Like, have you tested it?
I have tested it. It is working for me. It is just removing that field. It's just removing this field and sending the response.
Okay.
So if I send it back to the
real quick, can you not just put the because I took a quick look. If you look at the service credit card close credit card domain service implement, right? The line you sent me where we set the close date.
Yes.
Because currently it sets that close date based on the logic. Can we not just add an extra condition to that field?
Okay, you want to add an extra condition to that field.
Because so the line you sent me, right?
160. Oh, actually
161 or something?
1 minute. So it
You passed it,
okay.
161 close credit card domain service implement.
Okay. Be somewhere. Yes, Hong.
The line. No, not this class. It's the domain service implement.
This is data service implement.
You're looking at a different class. Domain service implement. Close credit card domain service implement.
This is domain service implement. Close credit card domain service implementation.
Domain service implement, yeah. So 161 here.
Yes.
Are you in close credit card domain service? Okay.
Yes, I am in the domain service implement.
Oh, did the line move? I thought you were looking at something different. You're in close credit card domain.
This one.
API. Okay, sorry. The line should be something like looks a bit like this. 1 second, let me send it to you.
Okay, so should I stop my sharing and?
Okay. That one.
So you want me to stop my sharing so that we can?
No, it's okay. You can share. You can share. Just take a look at what I sent you.
Okay.
It's like the one you sent me originally is this line, right?
Okay.
So this sets the close date. And right now, I'm guessing what you're seeing is under the close account date info object, the close account date is still null, which is why we set a null to it. Is that?
Null. Okay.
Was that the scenario? Because then you can just check for the value of close account date as well.
Okay.
If both of those are not null, then you can set it.
So, but the thing is, it in the database we just can't save null because that is date. So what I'm thinking
is, if you don't set close date, would you not be? I know what, it's fine. Yeah, you can go ahead with your solution. It looks, if that works, then yeah.
I've tested it, so it is looking good. So one more time, I'll just go with different options. So if we can find any better solution, and then I will raise a pull request.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
Thanks, Hong.
Bye.
Bye.